Okay, hello, Ben here, and welcome back to Dragon Fist VR Kung Fu. Okay, I just had a couple of comments from people that I quite wanted to respond to today. So, Mr. 600cc, this game's looking great so far. If you had a pre-purchase option, I'd be willing to buy the game already. So that's very kind of you, thank you, I appreciate comments like that. Okay, a couple of suggestions. As an actual martial artist practitioner, Wing Chun, mixed martial arts, Jeet Kune Do, I honestly don't understand the idea of using a stamina meter on a VR game where you're actually performing the moves. That is applicable to button mashing games that require no physical effort. To me, that was a negative point in the Creed VR game. But if you absolutely have to use a stamina meter, I have two suggestions. Either make it optional, or you can make it so that you can make it so that the lower the stamina, the easier for the opponents to block or dodge the player's attacks, as if he/she was actually punching slower or more sloppily and predictably due to low stamina. Okay, so with this, I feel probably I gave the wrong impression by using the word stamina. How I imagine this is it's more like when you take a big hit, you get dazed or hurt, you have to recover for a few seconds before you hit back. So it's more to simulate that rather than exhaustion. So the game itself won't punish you for throwing loads of punches or moving around, anything like that. It just punishes you for taking a big hit or, like the pressure points that I mentioned in the last video. Okay, so if I go to this guy, he's a work in progress. I won't show you the full fight yet. It's nearly ready to show you sort of full fights. But I've got these meters on my hands. These won't be the chi meter on the right hand. That's to do special moves. The left meter is the health meter, and in the hard difficulties, I won't show that. But I've got it on for now, just so you can see. Right, something's gone weird with his arm already. Right, okay. Okay, so if I take a hit, bang, see it can knock me back. Okay, that was a big one. So it sent me flying back. So you see now, I've got to recover my energy a bit before I go in again. So, I think that's kind of realistic. So if, you take a big hit to the head or to the body, you're not, and you keep charging in and they keep hitting you, then you're more likely to get knocked out than if you take a few seconds to recompose yourself. This also works to your advantage. So if you get some good hits in on him, okay, so I lost, but when I get up, okay, some issues with getting up still, get up facing the wrong way, but I'll sort that out soon. Okay, so didn't get to hear him breathing, never mind. I originally kind of put this in as a thing to make the opponents act less predictably, or in a more varied way, so they wouldn't always just be ploughing forward like robots. Sometimes they would back off. Okay, I'll try and show you this special move now. Okay, so I've got the character Wisdom. He's got the move called the Buddha Fist, which you see it's disabled his left arm there. This gives me an advantage for a few seconds. Right, so you can see and hear he's breathing there. So that showed that his stamina, as I've called it. I could do with a better name for that. If you can think of one, let me know. I almost think because of Creed and people not liking the stamina system, it's almost a word I should avoid. Okay, so you get the point, so I'll just abandon the round. Okay, so in summary, it was it's a way to simulate taking a big hit. It's to simulate the pain, which of course VR can't do. It's like you're right, in real life, you know, no point simulating exhaustion because you can get exhausted anyway, and if you're fit, then it seems a bit mean to punish you for that. But in VR, you know, someone punches you in the head, you're not really going to feel it. So this is a way of making you feel it in a way. I think it's quite effective. It's more effective in VR than it probably is on the flat screen. You get a bit of kind of the black rat. What do you call it? Like a black vignette kind of creeping in, bit more sort of tunnel vision. So it kind of feels like something's happening, and you hear yourself breathing. So I think I don't know. You saw it. Okay. So let me know if you still want me to add an option to disable it. I kind of think I probably will add a few options for these things because I just think why not? So if you, I mean, I feel like in a way it's taken out a bit of the chunk of the game, but I could put it in there as an option. I was also thinking of having an option for no special moves. So if you want to have like a proper, more realistic martial arts experience, then maybe people using special moves on you might not be what you always want. So I'll probably make those optional as well. Okay, the second suggestion is kicking. No Kung Fu game could be complete without some kind of kicking. Two possible options would be either to have some canned kicking animations that can be activated by some button plus motion combination, or better yet, how about using the hand controllers as feet controllers when pressing, for instance, the trigger button. Okay, so then it elaborates on that suggestion. I think the thing is, if you press a button on your controller and that starts doing your leg, it's no longer really matching you in the room, and that's kind of my reservation about doing sort of kicks in general. Apart from maybe feet tracking, but we'll talk about another time. That said, of course, you are walking around with a thumbstick, and you can jump with one. Well, that's kind of a bit odd. Another thing to fix. So yeah, there are things going on with the controllers, but the thing is, I wouldn't want the kicking to become sort of dominant over the hands, because, as I say, the hands you're in full control of. But that said, maybe I could try at least, maybe having a kick button on each controller, so I could press a button on the left, and then maybe it could kick where I'm looking, or maybe it could just be maybe it could be based on the angle of where you're stood. So if I turn my body sideways, maybe that would become a side kick. Front, maybe it would become a front kick. And then maybe if you jump, maybe you could do a kick while jumping. That might be quite fun. But I worry a bit about that becoming the sort of dominant part of the combat, and I think that's going to make it less creative, if you like, if you just have to press kick repeatedly. So I'll give it a try, but no promises. I hope that's satisfactory for you. But thanks for the in-depth comments and suggestions. Okay, Roku Zokt. Are the characters going to get different styles, like drunken boxing? That would be awesome. Well, yes, is the short answer. So I have a character planned that will be a drunken boxer. I would say that it's more kind of character led than style led. So So the characters will have a style that's appropriate to them, but I'm trying to get in a few different ones. But also for the sake of the game, I'm trying to make it different, get a good range of challenges in. So different opponents, they'll have quite different styles. So you'll the main part of the game, we're trying to figure out how to deal with the different styles. So, for example, some might have their hands quite central on, like sort of Wing Chun kind of stance. Some might have their hands out to the side. Some might have their hands low. There are characters that have their hands low. Normally that's not recommended in martial arts to have your hands low, but there are kind of sort of fringe cases where it can almost be done as a bit of a trap. So it's almost like that. If someone has their hands low, they might sort of punch from different angles and things that you have to learn to deal with. So I think it, as I say, I'm hoping it makes it a variety of different challenges to beat rather than just doing the same thing again and again. It's the same with the special moves. Each character has a different one, or will do, and they can add different challenges to you. So there's one I added. It seemed quite a boring one when I tried it, but it was just a move that makes the walking speed quicker. But then when I added it to the opponent, suddenly they're shooting in and out. It kind of makes them relentless for a few seconds. So all these things kind of mix things up a bit, add a bit of variety. So I'll talk more about the styles in future when I've done a few more. But yes, each character is going to have their own style. But some will be more textbook and more recognisable than others. Okay, and besides, how about some old kick-ass kung fu music like the Jackie Chan movies? I am very excited. Well, thank you, Roku. I am excited too. Okay, so after reading that comment the other day, I spent quite a long time going through YouTube, listening to all my favourite Jackie Chan movie soundtracks and other various kung fu film tunes. I quite want to do a self-indulgent video about all of that. But I figured maybe not this time because it will probably get taken down for copyright reasons. The thing with that is, if I was going to get some music, getting some music made like that would be a huge undertaking in itself. But also, I don't really, although the theme of this game is a bit based on sort of cheesy 70 kung fu movies, I don't want it to be a particularly cheesy game. I want it to have just a kind of be a bit more like a more modern kung fu movie. So the music I've got is some taiko drums, sort of war drums. I should have remembered the name of the guy who did it, but I'll post a link to the guy who did it down below. Okay, but yeah, so some sort of high octane war drum kind of music, which I think is pretty cool. Okay, COD Coward. This game looks cool. Maybe you might some ways of marketing it though, so you can hype it up. Even just having a Discord server helps. Well, I've been trying to just kind of quietly get on and finish the game. I kind of feel like. What my hope's always been is that the game looks cool enough to do its own marketing. But that said, I could set up a Discord. I'm a bit wary of doing it because I worry about basically getting loads of suggestions and it's slowing my progress. But maybe I will. I'll look into it and think about it. Okay, so thank you all. I hope that looks okay. Again, sorry about any rough edges you saw. I always get a bit nervous about showing things when they're not quite finished, but it's it's coming on, and let me know if you have any thoughts on any of that or any more questions, and I'll do another video soon. Okay, thank you very much. Ben out.